All right, so I think this is a good time to get started. I apologize for my voice. I've been battling a cold. It's this time of year, and once a year it happens to me around October, November. So my voice might sound a little choppy or different, but that's okay. I'm here now, and I'm happy to be on this call. My name's Majid. I am the Chief of Operations on the Taboo project, and I have quite a few exciting announcements to make on the project, but I wanna go full circle and I want to take a step back, and I love to share this story with all of you. See, it wasn't long ago, this was a few months back, right? There was a time when you know Taboo as a project was hanging by the thread. All James and I had was an undying determination, vision, and belief that we will carry this project forward. There was a time on this project where people closest to me never believed in me. My own family never believed that we could get to where we are, but we stuck it out and we continue to build out the fundamentals. I always say this, it's like building out a blueprint of a home. You need to have the blueprint before you can start the renovations on a home. That home that we're building is Taboo. And in a very short amount of time, you can see in the charts, we have accelerated to the top 400 plus worldwide. So I want to congratulate everyone who is on this call. You are still here early. We are just getting started. Now, what I want to also share, this is something that I truly, truly believe in. See, when it comes to investing in a crypto project, while we are here to make informed decisions on our investment we want to make, and I urge you all to continue to arm yourselves with knowledge, because knowledge will always combat FUD. It'll always keep you happy and have tangible reasons for why you're investing. The reality is, we are all here for the same reason. We're all here to become financially independent and free. When I mean that, and what I say by that is, I mean it in the sense that we want our income to come as a result of our independent of our efforts. Sorry. This is why we're all here. We're all here for the same reason. I look at each and every community member just like me. We're all fighting for the same aim and the same purpose to have a better life. And I love this quote. The quote that I love, it says, if you don't come from a rich family, make sure that rich family comes from you, right? And what I love the most about this project today is our community. See, we are nothing without our community. You are the hinges to the project. You are the reason we are all here. And on behalf of the core team, we are nothing but privileged and honored to be serving all of you on our quest to global domination, on our quest to being and staying the number one adult entertainment token in the world. See, it's not a matter of getting to number one. That's the easy part. The hard part is staying there. And when we get there, we plan to stay there. And we're building a long lasting, sustainable brand for this foreseeable future. And my goal and my vision is that every single person around the world will hear, know, and talk about Taboo. Now, before I move forward, this is something that I want to share because I love our community. Again, you mean the world to me. One thing that I would like us all to work when we look at our Twitter posts and we see announcements being made on the announcements channel, when I see how many people are online in the Telegram chat and I see how much engagement we get on our socials, while it's great, I think to myself, we can do better. When there's 600 people online and we're spending minutes and hours in our day enjoying the atmosphere in our chat, I urge all of you to take 30 seconds of your time to go and like, comment, and retweet on our posts. This is how we will trend across social media channels. If we have 700 plus retweets on every Twitter post, I assure you, we will trend on Twitter. If we have 3,000 or 5,000, which we will one day, I assure you, this action marketing from the community will single-handedly take us to $1 billion of market cap just from a community initiative and a mindset shift. I want us all to think of this as a member responsibility. Every day, ask yourselves, what have I done today for 30 seconds or a minute of my time to help push this brand forward and to give us more exposure? This is my challenge to all of you, and I hope that we can all do this together because we are united and we are growing together as a unity. Now, you know, we look at our project and we look at the charts, I am quite thrilled, but I will tell you one thing. I am not interested in price. I've said this from day one. I am interested in holder count growth because for me, the more decentralized our project becomes and the more hands that can get their hands on Taboo, the better we will be. So, with that being said, I do have some exciting announcements that I would like to share with all of you. And first and foremost, I will say that our large scale marketing campaigns have kicked off. We have had one of the largest media outlets in the world come to us to feature us across 400 plus major scale publication channels and sources. We have already had 230 of those publications get uploaded on their platforms with a fantastic article on Taboo that I urge all of you to read more about. And this is something I want to share. See, what I've always learned and what I've always understood is psychology. And one statistic that has always rung true in my mind is it takes an average of 7 times for someone to see something before they commit to buying it. So I want everyone to understand that whenever we pump large-scale marketing initiatives, whether it's a major exchange or media publications or some of the surprise news that I'm going to share later today, do not expect us to magically pump overnight. People need to continuously be exposed to Taboo, and we are planning to be blasted everywhere to the point where people have no choice. They're going to hear about Taboo so much that they're going to have no point but to FOMO and buy in. This is what we've always done from the beginning. When every other crypto project during the bear market we had earlier this year were living in fear, I saw so many projects that were holding back on marketing spend. We were pumping more marketing spend during a bear market, in a bearish trend, in a bull cycle, than every other project out there. Because we're not working in a fear mentality, we are working in a abundance mentality. This project that you are all invested in today, many of you, I do not believe you can comprehend where we're going. Some of what I will share with you will go beyond your comprehensions. When I say we are going to become a top 100 and a top 10 crypto, I don't say that lightly. I say that with definitiveness, and I say that with complete belief in the process, and I urge all of you to trust the process. Now, how do you trust the process? First, do not worry about the charts. I have made this analogy before. If you were to own a home today and you're having dinner with your family, and God forbid somebody knocks on your door every 5 minutes and they're saying, guess what? This is the value of your home today. Do you want to hear that every 5 minutes? I wouldn't. The whole point of owning a home or a property asset is you will look at a yearly statement or every 6 months and you will say, great, I have grown in value at this point in time, or the value has gone down. So I want you all to have a long-term mentality when it comes to Taboo. I am very happy with our progress and our growth that we've had so far, but I want to make sure that our expectations are matched with our growth trajectory that we have. Because for me, I want to make sure that at all times we are all on the same page. See, When I tell you we're going to get to $1 billion of market cap, I am not wanting or willing for us to get there in a week, only for us to drop quickly. This is not what I want for us to happen. Now, besides that, again, I apologize for my voice. I am sick, but I'm here on the call. That says a lot, right? I'm trying to make sure that I can keep speaking for all of you because the community did say they want to do an AMA, and I'm happy to do that as well. So first and foremost with the news, very happy to announce that the large-scale media campaign has been happening. We will have some major publication sources that are currently in process of publication, like Cointelegraph, which is a big one. We will be able to announce that as they come. Now, with that being said, when it comes to our marketplace, some of you have already seen some of the teasers on some of the NFTs that are going to be on there. What I will say is we will have some exclusive NFTs from some major celebrities and playmates. We're talking Lindsay Lohan. We're talking Paris Hilton. We're talking Britney Spears. We're talking Amanda Cerny. These are some of the players that we have for the NFTs that are going to be on the marketplace. Because I've said this from the very start. This marketplace launch is nothing more than a presentation pitch for the world to see. So while it is a functional and working product from the get-go, for me, it's a presentation pitch because I want everyone around the world to look at this marketplace and say, wow, they are doing something special. They are doing something great. They are forming their own niche and path. Nobody else out there can compare to them. Nobody. This is what I am aiming to achieve and build with this as well. So we are going to have $1 million of NFT content upon launch. When we say November 1st, personally, it might be a few days after that. I am not concerned about launching right on November 1st just for the sake of rushing it, because I've said this time and time again, I want to make sure we build it right the first time. So it's anticipated for November 1st. There are some final edits we have to make. It might be a few days later when I know the exact timeline and I'm very comfortable with that timeline. Expect a countdown announcement on this and some other forms of marketing around this as well. Okay, so that's what I want to mention there as well. Now, another historical moment for the Taboo project. We had our first major photo shoot with some of our large, reputable model partners. Chloe Terre, 3-time International Playmate of the Year, our official designated brand ambassador. We had Holly Barker, Playmate. We have Jenny Summers, who's a Playmate. We had a surprise ex-Playmate named Allison as well that was also there as well. We had Brie Tiesi, also Playmate model and actress as well. CJ Sparks, Playmate model as well, right? So we will have even more exclusive NFTs from these model partners as well. They are wearing our Taboo branded merch. You should check Chloe's Instagram post. You know, she is repping us very, very well, and she is a great signal to the kind of quality that we have on our project. See, we are based on 3 pillars: quality, exclusivity, and innovation. These are the 3 pillars that we feel no other project in the adult space has. And this is one of the biggest reasons that we are going to dominate the adult space, but also the NFT market as well. So to add to that, when we talk about the Taboo Mansion, if you read the article and the publications that we've blasted across different media sources, we're already looking at the different mansions that we want to have and which countries and cities we want to have them in. So we're keeping it secret for now, but stay tuned for that as well. Now, I want to just give us the feeling or the visualization of what's to come on the marketplace. See, in later versions of this marketplace, it's not just going to be about buying and selling NFTs. There's going to be virtual reality, live streaming, active tipping, We're going to allow advertising and monetization of various projects to be able to advertise on our platform. We're going to have staking onto individual profiles, more high-profile models, private DMs with models, video chats, text with creators, cross-chain across the hottest chains in cryptocurrency, immutable NFTs, fiat on-ramps, so you can easily convert from Taboo onto, let's say, a fiat currency. Farming and yield farming protocols. We will have yield farming when this first version launches, and we will be able to stake Taboo as well. So there is so much to look forward to, but this is just the beginning of our journey together. I want to make that clear. This is just the beginning of our journey together. And, I am so happy to be on this call. I will do 100 of these a week if I have to. If this is what the community wants, I will do that. But I need you all to remember we are building a legacy here. When I say legacy, I'm talking multi-generational in effect. We're building a legacy at Taboo, and I want to give you all a pat on the back. Congratulations, you're here early. I couldn't be more proud of our community, of what we've accomplished so far, but the hard work is only starting now. I will never slow down. I'm always thinking 4 or 5 steps ahead. And before I forget, for the people on this call, you are the first to hear about this. It's confirmed. We have confirmed major exchanges, but a top 10 major exchange, we're moving fairly quickly now on the listing process. And so you heard it here first. We are going to be listing on a major exchange. We said in November, but it might happen a little faster than you all think. And this is one of many that are knocking on our doors. Many. When I say many, I'm talking some in the top 5. And not just one, but more than one in the top 5. So without further ado, I'd like to open up the floor for questions as well. So, and again, I really apologize for the state that I'm in. I am still very sick. I'm trying to keep it together, so my voice sounds a little different than normal. I apologize as well. So, any questions on the call at the moment? Okay, so if not, then I will just go straight to questions. So Kostas had said, do you have plans to join Binance or another big exchange? Absolutely. From day one, James and I wanted to go to Binance right away. Then we found out that we can't get onto a tier 1 exchange without getting listed on tier 2 exchanges. But what we need to remember, and why we are listing on multiple exchanges, it's not just at the time the tier 2 exchanges did make sense at the stage of growth that we were at. And we also had no choice. I mean, we would have loved to have gone straight to Binance if we could, but they have listing requirements and criteria that need to be met. So, Binance is definitely in the works, but I will assure you all that multiple major exchanges will come before the year end. And I already did drop some surprise news around the speeding up of a particular major exchange and the deliberations that we have with them as well. But I want you all to remember one thing. Exchanges are meant to increase the user-friendly ability to buy our token. As many people live in different countries and continents, many exchanges have different rules and requirements around which citizens from different geographies can buy. Bitmart has its own rules, Hotbit has its own rules, LBank and Whitebit, some are more US friendly, others aren't, right? So we're trying to make sure that we get to a point where anyone who wants to buy Taboo has the opportunity to buy Taboo, and major exchanges are a big, big priority for us for the remainder of this year. Good. Any other questions at the moment? I'd like people to ask on the voice call first before I start looking at the text questions. If you can all help me help you, that would be fantastic. because then it just feels like I'm speaking to myself, which isn't all that fun. But apologies for the cough there, but I will do it if that's necessary. So,
Hello. Yes, Majid, I would like to just appreciate you. I mean, you are, covering all the things which, we were gonna ask you. I mean, you on a project, you are gonna ask about the advertisement, about the marketing, about the planning. I mean, everything is covered actually by you. That's why I think no one have any question, and I will just appreciate your efforts.
thank you, thank you. You gave me the opportunity to mention something important too. So, I mentioned about this marketing firm that we hired. I mean, we're paying 5 figures plus a month for this marketing firm. Now, the reason why we went ahead with them is because we want to have background, consistent marketing and advertising at all times. And we're talking Google SEOs. So when people type Taboo, they will see Taboo at the forefront of Google searches. We're talking Instagram ads, Facebook ads, Google ads. We're talking, all different forms of crypto advertisements, from banners on different websites and all of that. We will choose particular YouTubers and various influencers as well along the way too. But the way that I see this, and the way that James has always said this on previous calls, we're here to try to maximize the effects of our marketing spend. So when we release news around an exclusive NFT of Paris Hilton being released, it'd be very good to have that blasted on various banner and advertising campaigns in addition to just on our Twitter feed, for example. So this kind of marketing is being prepared and lined up. The final strategy is being set by this firm. This is in addition to everything else that we're doing as well. See, I'm a firm believer in reinvesting back into your business. This project has been self-funded from day one. Millions of dollars of self-funded money has been put into this, and we haven't taken a penny out because we would rather have sustainable organic growth, even though we have a right to take profit. We just don't believe it is the right time to do that. And probably at no point in the foreseeable future do I see us even considering that, right? Because we're nowhere near our short and midterm targets. So I want to make that very clear. Very good point that you brought up as well. So thank you.
Well, with the way you have taken and your efforts, I think you will be Bill Gates of adult industry. Believe me. Huh? Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you, Maneem. So good. So somebody had asked about the $1 million worth of content. However, that's ambiguous. Yeah. Okay. So if you look at the article, that was one of the article publications that I posted on Twitter a number of hours ago. It's an NFT news site. Read through it, and you'll see just some of the big names. The biggest thing that we're trying to accomplish on this project is a sweet balance between volume and exclusivity and quality. So we don't want to have so much volume on our marketplace where we lose quality, but we don't want to have so little volume where the NFTs are so expensive that not everyone can afford them, right? Now, this $1 million worth of content, it is meant, as I said, as a presentation pitch to the world. And when we look at the amount of NFTs that should be there upon launch, we're looking at about 500 plus to start across the different tiers from tier 1 to tier 3. We're not releasing tier 4 yet because that's the triple X rated highest premium tier level for holders. And we're not even on the development stages yet of all of the features or bells and whistles around the tier 4 integrations as well. So that's not there yet. But tier 1 is meant to be safe for work. Tier 2, think of that as borderline ambiguous or implied nudity type content. And tier 3, think of that as, we're talking actual nudity, right? Now, why have we designed it this way? And why have we created a tiering system? It's because we want to maximize on user-friendly exposure. When you are sitting at the dinner table with your friends and family and you talk about the crypto projects you're invested in, we want to make sure people are happy to talk about Taboo, right? So that Taboo doesn't become a taboo topic, right? We want people to look at our marketplace when they log on to that website and they see a clean, crisp, sexy, elegant, classy, sophisticated brand where we will not lose opportunities for major partnerships and major exchanges, where we will not lose opportunities for major partnerships in crypto and with other business establishments, where we will be able to promote a positive brand that is something that people want to get behind. And this is what's going on with Taboo at the moment, is because of how we've positioned our brand as an adult entertainment token without porn as our flagship product. This is one of the biggest reasons we're growing. And this is what makes us unique and innovative. See, you won't be able to access the higher tiers unless you connect your wallet and have the particular US dollar holding amount for Taboo as per the white paper. But we have given limited tier access to holders in the form of owning a Taboo Punks, where as long as you own Taboo and you buy a Taboo Punks, we will allow you to bypass those tiers up to tier 3 on the content. That is what we're doing. And of course, some of these models that we have can be subject to change. We're not going to make any drastic changes right now for this launch, as we don't want to arise confusion in our community members' minds as well. So good question on that. Any other questions on the call?
Ajit, hello. Can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
First of all, thank you for this project. I'm really appreciate your work, and I can easily see the road to $1 billion. But I want to ask you one question. How do you see the road to $10 billion after NFT marketplace, after this supermodels, and etc.? Thank you.
Yeah, no, good question on that. See, the way that I see it, and I want to just let everybody know, this is a very important. I would say this is a good analogy here or phrase. Goals that are specific and clear are attainable and near. So it wasn't long ago when we were trading sideways between 3 and 7 million market cap, where James and I said we'll get to 100 million one day. Now, that doesn't mean that 100 million was our final objective. It's just, in order to get to a billion, we got to get to 100 million first. In order to get to 10 billion, we got to get to a billion next. So we're setting some tangible, clear, and specific goals so that we can then create active plans around that. Now, the road to a billion, of course, it starts with our marketplace launch and the widespread adoption of our marketplace, getting listed on a couple of major exchanges as well. I feel that alone can drive us up to a billion, as long as we keep marketing the right way and keep doing all the right things. Getting to 10 billion, that's a little bit of a different beast. I believe that's going to involve some bigger global figureheads that want to get involved with us. And I will tell you right now, they're already knocking on our door. There are some big global enterprises already knocking on our door, and you don't understand the amount of private equity companies. You don't understand the amount of businesses, of different cryptos. James and I are basically slammed with opportunities. It's just a matter of choosing the right ones. Does that make sense? Because in order, we need to be able to scale, right? So scaling is important as well. But I like to first set the first target of getting to a billion and having that as a base, because for me, instead of also looking at where our price predictions can go, I like to look at setting minimum permanent price floors. So when we hit over 100 million, I was thinking, let's try to keep it above 100 million, and that's what we've successfully done. When we hit 250, I want to say, let's keep it as a minimum price floor of 250, and then we move forward. Does that make sense, son? So like this is the way that I look at building this project out. I do believe that there will need to be market support, which luckily we have favorable market conditions right now. But I do believe that getting to the billion, above a billion plus, will really be as well the integration of a version 2 and version 3 of our marketplace, which the development team PowerSoft is working very hard behind the scenes to deliver. But that's going to take a number of months. So I want to, manage people's expectations around how soon we'll get to the billions. Does that make sense? But I do foresee, and I do have a belief that by the end of the year, and this is not financial advice, I'm entitled to my own educated opinion on the project that I run, that we can be at a billion before the year end. So we can definitely be at a billion before the year end. So good question.
Super cool. Thank you. And if I can I ask
Yeah.
you a second question?
Yes.
I just wonder how it will be the NFT marketplace version 2 and version 3. Maybe some streaming line in this service or staking system, I think. Can you just
Yep.
explain how it would be? Thank you.
Yes. So of course, in our white paper, we have it all listed out. This version 1 marketplace launch, you will be able to buy and sell NFTs. You will be able to bid and auction on NFTs. You can have a favorite section of it as well. There will be content upon launch, but this is just the starting version for us. But moving forward, even within the first version, we will have staking. There will be yield farming as well. So remember that you need to learn about impermanence loss, as that's that can be very risky, but still very lucrative when it comes to farming. So there will be utility in place. In some of the later versions, there will be staking onto individual profiles, virtual reality, streaming services, active tipping, private shows, private DMs with models. We're going to have it all, right? So I urge you to read in the white paper. You'll see exactly what's coming. But I also want to make a point that roadmaps are nothing more than guidelines as well. So we're giving ourselves the opportunity to adapt as we move forward. One example is, I don't know if you've heard of Immutable Nfts. They are a brand new type of NFT that have come out in the Ethereum space. When I learned about it, I told our development team, we're going to do this and we're going to integrate it into version 2 and version 3. And our development team did that. So we also want to stay modern and relevant at all times too. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. Thank you for this project.
No problem.
It's really a legacy story.
It is. I have people, they still call me today. They say, how did you do it? How did you break past the 100 million? I mean, that is a big accomplishment in and of itself. And I say, well, you don't know how we were working behind the scenes. I mean, when I say that we work 2 to 3 times harder than any other dev team out there, that's not a joke. That's not a lie. That is just true, right? I believe we created our own destiny, and I believe we created our own luck as well. So I really do believe that. So good. So any other questions on this call?
Yes, I have one.
Yep, go ahead.
I'm sure this is in the white paper or somewhere, but I wondered if you could just speak a little bit to the ethics side. When we're moving up into tier 4 and we're dealing with something much closer to actual pornography.
Yep.
I wonder what kind of regulations or guidelines or oversight you will have to ensure that everything is done in an ethical and respectful way to the people involved.
Yeah, absolutely. So, first and foremost, on our marketplace when it launches, we are, I mean, from everything that we're doing and how we're building this project is done with full ethics in mind. But really, I think what you might be speaking to, and I think which is a more important topic, is the legal side of things. And so, that's why when we have content creators that are looking to apply to be part of the content creator list for Taboo, because we're building out a brand like Playboy. I want everyone to know that we are the Playboy of blockchain, and why we are making such waves is because we're bridging the gap that Playboy failed to do by failing to go digital, but we're also doing this in a decentralized fashion that brings power back to creators. Now, what we're doing on the marketplace is we're doing KYCs, and we're doing full verification of the content creators. We're talking full. I mean, there's even going to be a face scanner to ensure that they are who they say they are. Now, why are we doing these KYCs? Well, it's because we want to make sure that people are over the age of 18 when they get onto the marketplace, because we have to comply, and B, we want to avoid any fraudulent activity or impersonation. But the biggest thing is this: crypto, it's already a gray area on regulation. But what we've decided to do is to be a step ahead of the game and to just comply anyway, even if there is no concrete legal basis for doing it. Does that make sense, Lowell? Like, we're doing that already, and we're making sure that every aspect of our marketplace fits within those guidelines as it stands.
I'm very, very glad to hear that. In fact, I can't overstand to hear that. So thanks.
Yeah, no problem. That was a very good question, and I think it's probably a more of a focus that I think we should be highlighting to the community about that, because I think it is a very, very good thing for our community members to know that we are extremely compliant. So,
and I do think that's a good selling point to potential models who would like more control over what they do, more control over their content, and over themselves. So
yes.
thanks.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Apologies for the cough there as well, everybody, too. Any other questions on this call?
Hi, Manjit. Morning here. Just want to thank the team for your work. It was a very good week. I do have two questions though.
Yep.
So the first one is, it sounds like the NFT that you are talking about and the Taboo Punks are two different things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the second question is there a plan to create an economic for revenue generation other than from the crypto itself? Are we
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, exactly. So there's going to be a processing fee that will be on the marketplace depending on the tier where the content is. I believe it's 10%, and then it starts going lower up until tier 4. This is the platform processing fee that we take, which acts like a revenue stream for us. However, it's less a revenue stream and more a overhead expense management stream, because we do have to have our development team paid on a what's the word for it, retainer fee basis, month by month. If we need to update aspects of our marketplace, we will. If we want to maybe do manual burns in the future, we'll consider those, right? So really, all the NFT sales and all the profits, they're going back to the creators. Like, we're not interested in it. Like, even the $1 million of NFT content, and if we end up this year selling $1 million, it's not coming to any one of our pockets from the core team. So we've designed the marketplace in a way where we will receive a processing platform fee, which can act as revenue stream, but the majority of the sales all go back to the creator. And there will be other revenue stream ideas as we move forward. We're looking at other ideas around maybe a subscription model. For example, if people want to interact privately with different creators. They can be able to maybe purchase a subscription model. We're looking at, different ways where, there can be alternatives to bypass the tiers, because, it's going to be getting more and more expensive as we keep getting bigger. And we want to give everyone a fair chance to be able to access all the tiers. Does that make sense? So all of that will come, but I want to make sure that to start, we have a smooth product launch. That's number one. That's like the most important priority right now. It's the number one priority right now. So.
Oh yeah. Because I'm seeing that Taboo is starting to run more and more like a legit company. So I was concerned
Yes.
about the revenue models for the company as well. I mean,
Yes.
it will be a good thing we can generate revenue from other channels. Yeah.
But the truth is, like, we're running this business like a real business. I mean, the marketplace is incorporated. Like, we're doing all, we've already done all of that. But the good news for everybody is our number one aim is token growth and growing the token, by the way. So I've seen many development teams, they do it the other way around. They will build an app, or they will receive funding from the token, and then they're focused on that traditional business app that they've made or platform. And I personally think that that's unethical, the way that they do that, right? For us, our number one focus is ensuring our holders continue to grow with us, and so that'll always take precedent over whatever revenue streams may or may not come from the marketplace. That's actually, like, I feel that we'd be thinking very small-minded if we were to even think and go down that road. Does that make sense, Shane? So, yeah.
Yeah. I do agree. Yeah, man. Please take care, man. Your call is kind of worrying. Yeah, we need you to be in good tip-top shape. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm sick right now. It's okay. I mean, I'll rest at some point. It's not a problem. So, but I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good. Any other questions on the call?
Yo.
Hi there. How are you, GBP?
What's going on, man? Hey, you guys mentioned names such as like Britney Spears, Emmanuel Cerny, which is crazy, by the way. I don't know how you guys did that, but when is this really set to come into play? Like when the market launches?
Yes, when the marketplace launches, you will see exclusive, never before seen NFTs that have been selectively curated from these big names that we have dropped, including Amanda Cerny, Paris Hilton, Lindsay Lohan, and all of that. And I want to just make this clear for everybody. See, from the very beginning, right, I want you all to understand the mindset that I have had, even with the model partners that we brought on, like Chloe Terry and some of these major brand ambassadors. From the very beginning, we always told them, James and I, we said that, hold on, wait, give me one moment. Apologies, I had some disconnections there with my connection there. It's a little bit of a bad connection at times. So I will tell you this, from the very beginning, when we had a brand ambassador like Chloe Terry that came on, we told her from the start, you are free to come and you are free to go. We were not going to make any of our partners legally bound and exclusive to us. But guess what? They became that way anyway on their own accord. And this is where we build natural brand ambassadors, right? And you can see Chloe right now. You can look at her Instagram. You can look at her Twitter. She is promoting us so much, but we never gave her that commitment. So I am not interested in boxing in brand ambassadors and making them feel like this is work. I want them to be able to promote Taboo on their own accord and to be happy about it, and to understand that if they're promoting an NFT that is of them, it is in their best interest to go out there and shill it and share it with their followers who are most likely to buy it. Does that make sense? So that's what I wanted to share there. The second thing is, there is a particular business model and strategy that I have pivoted in the way we're running this business. I did that about a month ago to 6 weeks ago. I look at this like intellectual property, in the sense that no other competitor, not that we have any competitors, is doing it. So I just need you all to trust that when these NFTs are coming, they are coming from these names, but I want our marketplace to be launched and this to be showcased to the world first, because I feel that not only do we have first movers advantage with this one strategy, I think we have only movers advantage, but those NFTs are there. And let's just say that Majid behind the scenes was able to cultivate some really, really good growth strategies around being able to acquire them. That's all I have to say on that. So I hope that answers your question. So yeah.
Hey,
Any other
Majid.
questions on the call? Yeah.
This is Knight of Cypher.
Hi there. How are you?
Hey, bud. Hope I hope you get to feel better soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I want to mention something. You brought up how we are reaching out through a marketing firm to masses around the world to introduce ourselves. You also brought up another point about the community going to Twitter and going to our social media and liking and retweeting and commenting. Part of the big idea behind that is, while we introduce ourselves to the world, the community confirms who we are, and they give a sense of entitlement, not entitlement, but of confirmation, and we tell the story. So I just wanted to add a little note there that the community is just as big as that big marketing firm. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. I think action marketing, from the efforts of the community, as the saying goes, more hands makes heavy work feel light, goes a lot further than any paid marketing spend that we can do. So I could not agree more. Thank you for your insight on that. I appreciate it. Good. All right, so let's see here. Okay, good. So Dean has a good question. Do you plan to reduce wallet-to-wallet transfer fee? Buy and sell fee is fine, but wallet-to-wallet transfer fee is too high. Just to clarify, I've made this mistake before when I was just an active investor quite a long time ago, and I was not aware that transferring from wallet to wallet, especially on a BSC token, which has buy and sales taxes, it already looks like it appears like a sell. So be careful, everyone. That is what happens. I remember one time I lost $35,000 in a millisecond, and I just didn't know. So just as an example, if someone's trying to integrate from one wallet to another, from an exchange to a wallet, or vice versa, or over to an exchange, our buy and sell tax is in place. That is not a Taboo specific fee that is only specific to Taboo. This is on any BSC token that has a tax. So just keep that in mind. The wallet-to-wallet transfer fee versus buy and sell fee, they're one and the same, even though it doesn't appear as a sell when you transfer from one wallet to another. So I want everyone to be clear so you don't make that mistake, because I did without knowing, and then I guess it's a mistake you make once and you never do it again. As for reducing buy and sell fees, I mean, right now our buy and sell tax is 7%. We're not ever planning to raise it. We are looking to reduce it, and at one point we'll even look at potentially removing it entirely or just leaving burns in place. So think of the 7% as the maximum that we would ever have. So that was a good question. So thank you. Good to clarify that. Good. So, any other questions on the call? Yeah. So, yeah, there is a top 10 major exchange that's confirmed. I've told you that we're in contact with multiple ones actually. So, just be patient with us because November is going to be a great month for us. That's all I got to say, Bozena. That's all I got to say on that one. So,
I just have one quick question.
Yep.
Hi, mate. So you know, about a week ago when some of those tokens went missing because of the mess up with the exchanges.
Yeah.
I've got all my tokens back, which is good. But there's just some friends that I've got on Twitter are still missing. I'm just wondering who they need to contact for that. Is it Binance or is it MetaMask or is it? Well, we don't know.
Yeah. So, our understanding of it was a Binance node issue, and what happened was it had to do BSC node, sorry, and what happened was it had to do with redistributed tokens that were tokens that were actually given as a result of our buy and sell tax. So it was never their original purchase amounts in any way. And from my understanding is many people have already gotten them back, so it just might be a delay for many others, some of the others, like maybe people and that was the most information that we could give. It was not a taboo contract specific issue in any way. And it's unfortunate because in business, we're running a business here on my end, right? You got to embrace that the unknown can happen, and you just, things happen that are out of your control, and you just have to say, well, you got to adapt, make sure the community is notified right away, and
I was just telling them anyway. Look, you're accruing distribution tokens anyway. But that's all good. So I know it's nothing to do with Taboo, and I'm trying to explain that to them. But I would just so we'd have to contact like Binance then, or
I can try to find out for you. I don't know how far they'll go contacting Binance, but I mean, they can try any, I suppose, any way in which they want to get some peace of mind around this. They're free to do it, but on our end, we've done everything that we could, and we know that redistributions are coming back. So it's just a waiting game for some of them. So, and I apologize on behalf of the BSC notice that happened.
Yeah, I'm absolutely loving this, mate. This is absolutely fantastic. So thank you for everything you're doing for everybody.
Thank you.
We appreciate that. So, and I hope you feel better, mate.
Thank you. I will eventually.
Cheers. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you. Yeah, so Mustafa asked, more than one centralized exchange, major exchange, how many are in the first 10? I want to make sure that I'm, one thing that we take pride in when it comes to running this project, we never overhype, we always underpromise and overdeliver, but I also like to keep respect. And when I say that, I mean, I don't want to be necessarily pinning exchanges against each other, or I don't want to, when I say there's multiple, there is multiple, but I just personally don't feel good saying how many they are or how many are in the top 5 or this and that, just because I don't want to ruin any opportunities with them if they find out that we may have, if the community members, for example, figure out, hey, it might be this exchange or that exchange, they start talking about it and I can't control that narrative, then they might just not want to list us anymore. So I apologize, Mustafa. I do not want to answer that, but I will tell you that there is a top 10 that's already confirmed, and we're moving forward with that, and that's going to happen fairly quickly here in November. So thank you. And good. So, any other questions at the moment, or will this?
This is Cajun Dan.
Hello.
Jade, hope you feel better soon. I have 2 quick questions if you don't mind answering. So I
Yep.
know that you're going to give a lot of the freedom and control to the content creators, but you're also going to play a big part in deciding what content they can actually put on the marketplace, because after all, you want
Correct.
this to be rather exclusive and unique content. But as far as the prices themselves, will that be established ultimately or solely by the content creators, or will Taboo, you guys have a say in that?
Yeah.
And then the
At
second
this
question,
moment in time, we're gonna have a say in it, and because the NFT itself, there's more to an NFT than just the actual NFT and what the image it produces or the video or the animations that get made. The story behind it is very important. I mean, on the marketplace, with every NFT, there's going to be captions and a story behind the NFT, because I believe that so that's one of the ways that we're being different compared to the masses. But I do feel that at this moment in time, until we understand how scaling looks and how that will be, we definitely are going to have the final approval or declining or approval of how that works, how that will look in terms of pricing and the uploading of the NFTs. Just because we're a premium brand. It's like if you look at Gucci and Versace and some of these major retail brands, they have a lot of options on the kind of retail that they'll bring out to their retail stores, but they don't showcase or feature all of them. So we're going to design strategies where for now we have control, and we'll tread carefully on any major modifications to how we run this model. I mean, it might get to a point where we just don't have enough manpower to sustain keeping that control, and then maybe we might allow more freedom for creators. But we do need to see how the market reacts to the marketplace first. Does that make sense? So until then, I want the marketplace to look exactly how I've envisioned it and the team has envisioned it for this historical launch that I believe is supposed to be a major presentation pitch for the world, as I've said time and time again. So that's what it really is. So I want to make sure that for the time being, there is control on our end, and that's as honest of an answer that I can give. So yeah, because
second question is regarding the not TV show, but the what was the other idea that you were pitching? Oh, radio show. I'm sorry.
Yes.
The radio show. Now, you talked about the radio show was going to be a neat way to introduce amateurs, but
Yes.
are you also considering, let's say, taking that radio show, let's say, international, to where this radio show will basically be aired in multiple, countries, multiple languages?
Yep. Yeah. When it grows to that point, absolutely. It's just now it's a matter of implementing it first, right? So the number one focus is getting this product launch out, and once that's a smooth launch and we know that it's successful, which it will be, but we need to be around and have our utmost attention to it. Once that's in place, then we can start to roll in all the rest of the I like to call it community asset building value activities, like our digital magazine and our radio show, with that, which will be linked to the mothership, which is the marketplace. Because I look at every content creator and all content as it's like a commodity asset value, and it's our job to raise that asset value. If I can help, up and coming rising star model or content creator, whether it's a photographer who has, archive content, for example, and they want to feature it, if I can give them an opportunity to change their lives and they fit the criteria of the standards of excellence for the Taboo brand, then very, very happy to help them. So yeah, thank you for the question.
Yeah,
Those are good questions.
Thanks, Majid.
No problem. So I would love to answer more questions, but my nose is extra congested now from all the chatting, and there is still more work that I have to get going back to. It was a pleasure to be on this call, and again, our large scale marketing campaigns have started. We did talk about a major exchange that is on the way, and we are planning to list on many more of them. Taboo had its historical photo shoot, first major photo shoot, which has been very, very good news. We've broken 22,000 holders. We look like we're forming a solid base, closer and closer to 150 million market cap. And this is just the beginning, everybody. So proud to have you all on this journey with us, and I look forward to speaking to you all again soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, mate. Get some rest.
Thank you. Yeah.
When you